Jasmine was 9 when she first discovered the ability to travel through her dreams. She could even dreamwalk during the daytime, anytime she fell asleep even for a few minutes. And when she awoke, she simply floated back to her body. It was a slight, almost non-existent push, like going through a membrane, a wall in her sleeping mind. She had no idea it had ever been there until some unseen force told her to try. She felt awkward at first, but found her balance quickly. She could do so much in her dreams that weren't possible in real life. She drove cars, opened locked doors. She even flew, although it was usually difficult. Even when others were awake, no one else ever noticed her. It was like her dream world and their reality were separated by a membrane. The possibilities for exploration were endless. Often, however, Jasmine would simply walk around her neighborhood, spending time at the park or visiting nearby candy and toy stores, stuff she didn't always get to do when her mom was in charge. The mind of a 9-year-old isn't always the most creative. Although she dreamwalked almost every night, she didn't tend to wander far. Sometimes she wouldn't even leave her room. She would just play with her dolls or her iPad while her body slept, and no one else ever noticed she was there. That was so long ago. Before the accident. Before the coma. It wasn't so bad at first. Sure, it was hard watching her mom cry so much. Jasmine was still able-bodied though, and she could do everything she'd ever done in real life and more. Besides, the doctors would fix her soon. But she became desperately lonely as the weeks and months went by. Her mom went to visit the hospital less, and even started talking to a guy friend and laughing again. Eventually, Jasmine realized Mom was moving on. Jasmine saw and heard everything that she wanted to. She was there when Greg started talking to Mom about pulling the plug. Her plug. She expected her mom to yell and fight, maybe even hit Greg, but all she did was nod and cry. That's when Greg hugged her mom, and Jasmine knew. She began to scream and throw things at them. Pillows at first, then a book, a lamp, and even a glass vase. All these things seemed to make contact, but there was no response. When her mom took Jasmine's body off life support 3 weeks later, in a room surrounded by her new fiancé and a room of doctors and nurses, Jasmine knew she would fade away. This was her dream world. If she couldn't wake up, she couldn't return. But if she wasn't asleep, she couldn't stay here. As the heart rate monitor began to slow, Jasmine hugged her mom as tight as she could. She traced small, delicate fingers across the scar tissue on her mom's face, neck, and arms. Mom couldn't feel it and would never really know what happened. They'd both been through so much. But that was okay. It had to be.